All right, so I am in the middle of rebuilding a 4R70W, and this is one of the transmissions that I try to keep in stock. And this one is out of a 2011 E150 van with a 4.6. All right, we just finished the van the other day, and the guy came to pick it up. But the reason for this video is I wanted to give you guys a rebuild tip because a lot of these 2011, 2012 come in with the gear trains blown up, and they're always, E150, E250 vans, construction vans, people that they need to work with. So I see this pretty much all the time. Bad gear trains, the last, almost every one that I did, with 11 or 12, always comes in with the same problem. It's either the last one we did prior to this was totally locked up. Had to take the drive shaft out to get the car to roll because the back of the transmission was blowing up. This one, you can hear a noise because the direct drum is spinning when the car is in park, and then when you put it in drive, it would go away. So, just the fact that we heard that, it didn't really shift right. It was giving me a P0731, P0732. Gear ratio error in first and second. And another way to tell if the gear train is bad or there's something going on with broken parts is to pull the input speed sensor out, and that of course is a magnet, and there's going to be a lot of crap on the magnet. All right, the output speed sensor, no, don't really see that. The input speed sensor always has stuff on it when the gear train is bad. So the reason why these gear trains go bad is because these vans are heavily loaded, and I'll explain to you, more with the output shaft and stuff in my hand. But what happens is, as the van gets, these vans, they put shelving in there, whatever they do, and these things get really, really heavy. And as the van settles down, the drive shaft flange or the yoke moves closer and closer to the output shaft. This goes into the flange of the drive shaft, okay? So it moves closer and closer until it's actually touching it, and then the more weight they put in, it's actually pushing on this. So what happens is, there's a snap ring. I'm going to give you a close-up shot of all this stuff. There's a snap ring in here that breaks, and then it pushes on a bearing. And this is what's left of the bearing. It pushes on the bearing on the back of the direct drum. It blows it up, and then that's it. Everything just, it's like the daisy chain of events, and the gear train, no more. Just starts making noise. Drop the pan's full of metal, magnet's full of metal. So I want to show you the gear train, and I'm going to show you what I do to prevent this problem from happening again. And again, I see this mainly 2011. I just figured 09 and up, but I see it mainly for some reason like 11 and up. 11, 12, I had a 14 in here about a month ago. Same thing. Every once in a while I'll get lucky and it'll be, a broken reverse band or something. But all the time, I'm seeing these gear trains go bad on these later ones, 11, 12 and up. So let me get a little closer, and I'm going to lay these bad parts out. All right, so first let's take a look at the gear train. Here is the shell, and check that gear out. Okay, and we have the sun gear. The planetary, that's all freaking chewed up. Okay, here is the ring gear, but these gears are chipped here. This is all no good. So this whole thing I get as a set, and here's the direct drum that we have to change. This is all bad, and this bearing is the one that blew up that goes here. All right, now we also have the hub, but this, the bearing rides on this, so this I'm basically just going to clean up and be okay to use over again with the new bearing. And here is the output shaft, which gets a little beat up in here, but it's not too bad. Where the rings ride is okay, so I'm going to clean this up in here. I'll be able to use this over again. And the snap ring that breaks is right here, because this goes like that, and then the snap ring goes. But when the snap ring breaks, because of the pressure on the back here, it pushes it forward like that. Snap ring will break, this will move, and then it's gonna break that bearing there. You know, also there's the bearings in the front here, the washer and the bearing, that could break up too, but that actually did not happen. I was able to save the guts of the drum, but I'm gonna have to get a new drum. So what I do to prevent this, you know, first of all, when it comes in broken like this, I tell them that this van is way overloaded. Not that, you know, they're really going to do anything about it. But this piece here, this, where the smooth piece, I slice that off. And it'll, you know, give it that much more room. That's what I've been doing. You know, maybe people take a little more off, but I've just been slicing this off here, and then trying it on the flange, you know, while the car is here and I can. And I haven't had anything come back, you know, blown up yet. So that is pretty much the fix. You got to kind of shorten this, so as the van gets weighted down and the drive shaft is moving closer and closer, it has a little more room before it touches it, and it won't blow up the transmission like this one happened. So on these later ones, I kind of slice that off. And, you know, they take a file, I'll clean it, whatever, but really never had a problem. So that's what I do for the fix on these late ones, you know, because this is what is going to happen. So I just wanted to share that with you. You know, I'm waiting for, of course, a drum. Well, I have a drum. I'm waiting for the gear train, you know, my overhaul kit, my bands. So just getting everything ready, and I'm waiting for some parts to arrive. So again, this is just going to consider it 09 and up, because that's when I see it. I do see gear trains go bad on earlier models, 08 and down, but nothing like I see with 09 and up, like almost every one that comes in. The one that came in that I just did, that I had to pull the drive shaft out to get this thing to move, that was all blown up, was a 2014 with 46,000 miles on it. It's a sprinkler guy. I don't know what he has in there. I don't know if he, you know, something maybe with a compressor or whatever he does, but he said the van was still had a lot of crap in it, and he, you know, I told him take out what you can, because sometimes I got to leave these things out in the front. I don't want anything to disappear. Or have any vehicles get broken into, and he, you know, says, oh, I took out a lot of stuff, and you go in there and I don't even think the guy made a dent. So, you know, I told him also, but that's what we do to try to prevent these from coming back with blown gear trains again, because then you got to buy all these parts again. So I slice that off with my whiz wheel and make sure it fits good onto the drive shaft yoke when it goes back in the car. All right, so a quick tip there on these late model ones that I see coming in blown up. And again, a quick test, if you're not sure if you have broken parts in there, pull out the input speed sensor right above the neutral safety switch, an 8mm bolt. You can pull the bolt out, pull the switch out. They usually come out pretty easy. This one's not too bad, but, you know, again, when I saw this, you know, I knew there was something going on. Sometimes it's a lot worse. But that's a, you know, a quick way to tell if you're dealing with broken parts. So that's it on this 470W quick tip, rebuild tip on these late model units. You can really do it on any year, but I see it the most 09 and up. So I thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you next one.